Hello, everybody. I'm Rikki Smith. Welcome to Faith on Friday
Faith
Presents.
on Friday, step into what's possible with Rikki
At
Smith.
Faith on Friday Presents, our goal is to drive motivation by closing the door on the comfort zone, to foster inspiration by showing you what's possible, and to create transformation by challenging those negative and unproductive mindsets. While you're here, don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram. Don't forget that thumbs up, and make sure to share this with your network. All right, business owners, or anybody who's looking to start a business, we all ask the same question: how much should I charge? I know we're really good at what we do, but we can be really bad at charging what we're worth, and not only that, what we know that our market can handle. And so sometimes, most of the times, and usually, we end up underpricing ourselves. So, what could possibly be wrong with underpricing? Today, I want to introduce you to somebody who's going to answer that question and some more stuff. And he has the coolest radio voice in the world. Everybody, please say hello to my guest today, Mr. John Ray. Woo! Hey, John,
Rikki,
how are you?
I'm great, and I'm just delighted to be with you. I love your enthusiasm. You're just marvelous.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm going to need that in writing so I can give it to my husband so he will know that this enthusiasm, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with me.
Delighted to write that note. Happy to do it.
Perfect. Look for
Yeah,
that one. All
yeah.
right, John, thanks so much for being here. It really is a joy, and I can't wait to jump into this topic. But before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're located.
Well, I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and I work with mostly professional services providers, so coaches, consultants, fractional executives on what is often the biggest problem they have, which is
Mm.
pricing the expertise that lies between their ears. And I help them get over the mindsets that hold them back in achieving better pricing. And I come from a background of having had that problem. so, so,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm passionate about this work.
I love it. And I don't know about you all listening and watching. I got my pen ready because John, you are so right in that a lot of us, those service providers, we have no idea what we should be charging. And we all have that same thing. We go into these business, whether we're coaches, consultants, we go in because we really want to help people. We really want to be of service to people. And we have no idea how much we should be charging.
Yeah, yeah, and here's the problem. We walk around with our heads in our clients' wallets. That's
Oh.
and what I mean by that,
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that is that we impute where they see value and what we come up with our own ideas about what they think something is worth when in
Yeah,
fact we don't know.
we have no
We
idea.
we we don't know unless we
Right.
ask where clients see value and
Hmm.
where they see value in the outcomes of the work that we do for them.
Yeah. And that's so good because one of the things you said at the very top is pricing the experience and the knowledge in your head. Why do you think that we discount what we know?
Well, I think part of it is the knowledge and expertise in our heads has a bad next door neighbor. And
Uh-oh.
that bad next door neighbor are the mindsets that hold us back. So one of those mindsets is imposter syndrome.
Mm.
If people are just going to find out about me at some point or another, how
Yeah.
inexperienced or whatever I am, right?
Right?
You mentioned helping.
Yeah.
It's one of the mindsets I mentioned in my book, the mindset of helping. I'm just
Mm.
here to help everyone. Well, you know
Mhm.
what? That's great. But the problem is if you aren't pricing adequately, then you don't have a sustainable business and you won't be around to help everyone.
So good. Wow, that is so true. It's so interesting because when I started my business almost 10 years ago, that was one of the biggest problems. And trust me, there were many. But one is because, like you said, I had my head in my clients' pockets. I was determining what was of value to them versus asking myself, what am I offering. I was so focused on how much I should charge that I forgot about the value that I was going to be delivering. How do you come up with that? How do you look at that? Because, I want to grow. I want the business to be successful. And at $1.75 an hour, why is it not working?
Well, the answer is it's not what I think my product service is worth. It's what clients think it's worth.
Yeah.
And here's the magic. Clients see more value in us than we see ourselves. So if we see the value, because of that, then we're
Yeah.
going to be able to price much more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And it raises the question, okay, well, great, John, how do you get to that point? You get to that point by asking great questions.
That's so
You
good.
know, what happens if we engage in this project? What happens to your business after that? What are you
Mm-hmm.
able to do that you can't do now?
So
Um,
good.
what does that make? How does that make a difference in your home life, in your personal life, what you're able to do
Mm-hmm.
as a family? You see, when you get to questions like that, you get into priceless territory, what I call
Mm-hmm.
priceless territory, where
Okay.
this is what where clients really see value is in
Mm-hmm.
what they're able to do because of the outcomes that you deliver.
Yeah. And you see that a lot though in commercials, right? Because they're not really selling you the product. They are selling you what that product's going to do for you. I don't know if some may remember Keds. Remember Keds tennis shoes? Oh my gosh.
Mm,
Those things are so cool. We bought them because they said they were going to make us run faster.
right,
We didn't
right.
care. Mom, I need these kids because it's going to make me run faster. And then, of course, you go to school and you get beat by Brian, but I digress. So, well, when you're looking at it, you're pricing for your business because you do want to grow the value that they bring. And I like what you said because I wrote it down right here that clients see more value in us than we see in ourselves. And
That's
that goes
right.
back to that imposter syndrome because they're not going to come to you unless they see value in you.
Absolutely. And nobody's going to buy from you unless they get more value
Mm-hmm.
back from you than the price they're willing to pay.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. You've got to figure out where they see value. And the
Mm-hmm.
value is not in the service,
Yeah.
as good as the service may be.
Mm-hmm.
The value is in what the service, the outcome of the service, enables them to do.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
for example, if I'm a bookkeeper, um, uh, the value in the service is not the completed financials. It's
Mm-hmm.
what those completed financials enable me to do. They may
True.
enable me to get a loan that I need at the bank,
Yeah.
or help me manage my business better, manage to my financials and not just guess.
Mm-hmm.
And that is much more valuable when and that's the kind of
That's
thing that
true.
if we're not asking questions to get to that point, see, we're
Mm-hmm.
missing out.
Yeah, that is so true. I had a coach years ago that told me because when I started my business, I was the same way. I just want to help people. I want everybody, that whole thing. And she asked me something, and I should have fired her that day, but I didn't. She was smarter than me. She asked me, "How much more can you help people when you have more resources to offer?"
Mm.
That blew me out of the water. And then, so now, as you are helping these service providers, what kind of things do you tell them when it comes to how to start pricing better than they have been? Because I've been charging $1.75 an hour for the last 5 years. What are you going to tell them differently that's going to help them change their mindset about what they're doing?
Well, first of all, it's get out of your own head,
Yeah.
and that that is a good thing, because what you can do to get out of those bad mindsets is simply open yourself up to where clients see value. And you do that by asking better questions and having
Hmm.
a better value conversation.
Yeah.
Not my term, but it's one that's been out there a long time. But it's
Hmm.
one that we don't spend enough time on. We don't spend enough time asking these questions. We're so
Yeah.
anxious to get to the sale that we don't ask
True.
the kind of questions that we need to find out where clients see value.
Yeah.
And that I think is really the key is to learn how to ask better questions.
Yeah, and I know you'd mentioned some questions earlier, like, what is this going to do for you? What outcome are you hoping to get after we work together? What's going to change for you? Those are questions that very few of us even remember to ask. And like you said, because sometimes we can get caught up with making the sale. John, tell us a little bit about your book. What's it called?
It's called The Generosity Mindset, a journey to business success by raising your confidence, value, and pricing. And the generosity mindset is not about giving everything away. In fact, it's not necessarily about giving anything away. It's about being orienting your mind in a generous way toward others and serving their needs and understanding where they see value. And if you do that, ironically, it comes back to benefit you in terms of you being able to have better fit clients at better pricing.
Yeah.
So it's counterintuitive, but if you practice that and live that, it comes back to impact your practice in an amazing way.
That's so true. So, John, say you have a client and they are all about, I want to do better. I want to do this, and I feel like, John, I'm working so hard. Why is this not helping?
Well, one of my, what I call red flags of inadequate pricing is working too hard for too little money.
Oh, say that for the folks in the back. What happened now?
One of my red flags of inadequate pricing is simply that you're working too hard for too little money. If you feel that way, you've got a pricing problem. And by the way, I've lived that, so I know what that feels like. And it's frustrating. And what happens is if you live in it too long, you're going to resent your clients. That's a bad place to be.
Yeah.
You're going to, and so the point is to do something about that, by changing your mindset. And you really don't have to go, well, some of us may have to go to a therapist, but I'm not a therapist,
Right.
but you can lay aside what those little voices in your head that frankly, I still have myself. We all have.
Yeah.
And you lean into where the client's heads are. And that's really the key to it is that.
That's good. So there are other red flags. What else you got, Mr. John? Give me a couple more red flags here.
No, pricing by the hour. Pricing by the hour. If you're pricing by the hour, by definition, you're not pricing adequately. You're pricing like a shoe cobbler. And there's only so many shoes that the cobbler can knock out in a day.
Yeah. John, you just blew everybody's head off. What do you mean? We live but pricing by the hour. We work by the hour. So why would we not price by the hour? What are we missing?
Because your expertise is not contained in the clock. That's
I'm done here, y'all. Thanks for coming. Right.
It's that simple. You don't measure your expertise by the clock. You measure it by the impact it has. And see, the problem is we've conditioned clients because we as a profession, as a professional services profession for years, decades even, have told them that that's the way you should measure people like us.
True.
is through price a price by the hour.
Yeah.
And that's just garbage, frankly. I mean, it puts us on the wrong side of the table from our clients.
Yeah.
They want work faster, and we don't have that incentive. And it's not that we're trying to cheat clients, but it puts us on the wrong side of our client table from our client, and it contains our expertise in a measure that just makes no sense.
Oh my gosh. That's so, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My head is just exploding right now. I'm like, I don't even know where to go from here. Yes, I do. But wow, John, give us one more because we can barely contain what we know already. Give us one more red flag.
You're accepting all clients that come your way. You have to have a certain number of clients that say no because you're too expensive.
Oh my gosh.
And here's what happens. if you're accepting every client that comes your way, by definition, you're accepting clients for whom price means everything. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
they really don't care, you know, how good you are as long as you've got the lowest price.
Yeah.
So what does
Yeah.
that mean? Every one of us knows that who is the hardest kind of client to deal with? Who's the hardest one? It's the
Oh my
one
gosh.
that pays the least, right? They're the most demanding,
Why is that?
right?
What is wrong with that picture? Oh my
What is,
God, you cost too much. So you lower, lower, lower to get the client, and now you're spending more time and effort on this one client that's paying you less than your other clients because they're demanding more.
you
What's
need to say
happening?
no to them. See, and when you accept every client that comes your way, by definition, you've got a nice little handful of those clients. And
Yeah.
they are taking up your time and your mental energy and increasing your stress and anxiety. And you're thinking about them on Saturday night when you should be spending time with your family.
That's right.
And
And then you wake up the next morning and go, "Oh my gosh, I should never have taken this." John,
exactly,
goodness, have you ever said no to a client or had ever had to break up with a client?
absolutely.
How did that
Absolutely.
go?
Well, I mean, you've got to do it kindly,
Mm,
and you've got to do it early when you understand that it's not a great fit. Because if you end up letting that go on too long, what happens is you'll resent that client.
oh yeah.
And when the breakup comes, it will come in a really bad way. And I know this myself because I lived it. I mean, when I had a client that was calling me every Sunday morning because that was convenient for him,
Oh
and
my
that
gosh.
and that just didn't work for me. And he was my
Mm,
lowest paying client, by the way. And so when we parted ways,
mm.
it was not pleasant, and that was my fault. It was my
Yeah,
fault because I
yeah.
resented him, and I should never have taken him. So
So good.
we what we've got to do is simply go to clients and say, you know what, we're not a great fit. I'm not seeing the fit here,
Hmm.
and what I want to do though is help you find someone that's a better fit.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, help them find a better fit. John, where
Mhm.
can we get your book from? Because I need to get it right now.
Well, thank you. You can go to my website, johnray.co is the place to go. When you go to that website, you'll see a tab called books. If you want to get there directly, just go to thegenerositymindset.com and it'll get you there directly, and you can find out where to order the book. And it's basically on all the online retailers and also your favorite books, bricks and mortar bookstore as well.
Wow. And we can go there too and find out how we can work with you, how we can
Absolutely.
bring, even though you're not a therapist, how much therapy do you actually do though? Come on, tell the truth.
Well, a little bit, but I don't do anything that's going to get me in trouble with the licensing authorities.
There you
But,
go.
but, but no, feel welcome to email me directly. John@johnray.co is if you'd like to get me directly, you can do that. And
Okay.
I work in a number of different ways with clients, and
Mhm.
would love to explore whether it works for anyone that's listening.
I love it. Don't worry, everybody. If you did not get those red flags, if you did not get all his contact information, everything is going to be in the description below. Of course, you'll have to beat me to it. Anyway, don't forget while you're here, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, share this with your network, and give us a thumbs up. It helps us with the algorithm. John, my friend, before I let you go, we got to play a game. This game is so cool. The game is called This or That. I'm going to give you the choice of a couple things, and you, sir, just tell me which one you like the best. Are you
Mm.
ready to play, John?
Let's go.
Let's do this.
This or that, this or that. Make your choice, no looking back. This or that.
Yeah.
All right. Clothing, iron or just let the wrinkles fall out?
Let them fall out. I'm a wrinkle-free shirt guy.
There you go. You'll live longer. Trust me. Show up on time or fashionably late?
Oh, I got to show up on time.
Okay. So you're going to be the
Yeah.
first one at the party.
Generally, yeah.
Are you the last
Yeah.
one to leave?
No.
Oh, oh well,
No.
just wondering.
No. I don't want to be that guy there when they turn the vacuum cleaner on, try to get you out of there, right?
That's true. Hey, don't ask me how I know. Just trust me. I get it. So, sing in the shower or sing in the car?
Both. Why do you have to choose?
I love that. Right? Just scream. What kind of music do you sing to, John?
Oh, just about all of it. I mean,
Really?
I don't have much I don't like.
Okay,
So,
because I see
yeah.
you as a Frank Sinatra kind of guy.
Well, now I like old Blue Eyes, but uh I love country. I mean, I love a lot of jazz. I'm a
Mhm.
huge jazz fan. So,
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Can you sing
Hmm.
to jazz though? I don't get it. I'm not a jazz fan, so I just don't get it.
We need to talk.
Oh, okay, we will right
we,
after this.
we could talk, but no, there's some great jazz singers out there. So,
Yeah, I guess so. Oh well.
yeah.
Okay, parallel park or drive around till you find a perfect spot.
Well, I lived a lot of my life in some big cities, so I know how to parallel park.
I know that's right. I'm
Hmm.
loving it. Okay, and finally, my friend, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Uh, Hopefully, it's getting out of my own head into other people's heads. I mean, and being having compassion for where they are in
Mhm.
their journeys, and being curious about their lives and where they are.
Yeah.
And I think that's what helped me formulate what I have in my book and my practice where it stands today. So,
Awesome. John,
yeah.
thank you so much for being with me today. I really appreciate it.
Well, this has been marvelous, and I love this or that. I may have to try that on a few my own podcast guests.
Yes,
So, yeah,
absolutely. You are cordially invited to use it. Okay,
thank you.
everybody, that's it for this week. But of course, John and I are going to talk as he has to tell me about jazz. But come back and join us next week. We're going to have some more fun and some more guests. And thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see you
Step
next
into what's
Friday.
possible with Rikki Smith.